Welcome to Mainstream Millionaires, where we're making millionaires the new normal. 25% of households in America do not have any savings at all. Zero, with the median savings of $5,300 for all of America. And I used to be one of them. I was poor and had a negative net worth of minus $30,000 to now over $1 million in just 11 years. I'm going to share with you 10 practical ways on how to save money. To kick off, how much should you have in savings at this point in your life? According to Fidelity Investments, the general recommendation is to accumulate savings equal to 10 times your annual income if you aspire to retire at age 67. You'll have to adjust this, of course, if you plan on retiring earlier or later, but let's use 67 as an example. In order for you to maintain your current lifestyle in retirement, and that means not downsizing and not increasing your expenses, Fidelity suggests that by age 30, you should aim to have an amount saved that is equal to your annual salary. For example, if you earn $55,000 a year, you should have $55,000 saved by your 30th birthday. By age 40, they suggest setting a goal of savings 3 times your annual income. By age 50, 6 times your annual income. By age 60, 8 times your annual income, and then by 67 you should have 10 times your annual income saved. This includes funds held in retirement accounts, employer contributions, and investments. This is outside of any equity you might have in real estate. This can give you an idea of where you're at against a benchmark. I'll create a video on understanding how much you should save based on your personal goals and situation. Okay, so here it is, 10 ways to help you save money fast. I'll also provide you with a bonus near the end, so stay tuned. I just asked for one small favor. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're feeling extra generous. First and foremost, it's crucial to break down your savings goal. It helps you define how much money you want to save and within what time frame. We just went over what Fidelity Investments suggests you have at your current age, so you can aim for that or another specific number. You get to pick. To work through the math together, let's use $1,000 as a target to save for this year, so that whatever your actual goal is, you can simply multiply it by these numbers. For example, if your goal is $10,000 to save this year, multiply the following numbers by 10. So here's the breakdown to save $1,000 for this year. It works out to $83 per month, $2.74 per day, or 11 cents per hour. So again, that would mean if your goal was $10,000 this year, that would break down into $830 per month, or $27.40 per day, or $1.10 per hour. Of course, you don't need to get that granular, but breaking it down does make it feel a little bit more achievable. Next, take action immediately. Oftentimes people get excited about making financial goals because they get excited about the outcome, but they delay in taking action, and then procrastination sets in and the initial enthusiasm wears off. Starting right now, or as soon as you finish watching this video, builds momentum and makes it harder to postpone your savings journey. It will also go a long way in letting compound interest do the heavy lifting. Check out my video on compound interest for more information on that. And here's the first way that can help you save more money. Budgeting, the dreaded word budgeting, but it's actually not that bad. It can help and empower you to have more freedom in your money. Chances are your savings goal isn't going to fall from the sky, and since you have a 1 in 300 million chance of winning the lottery, you're better off betting on yourself to make it happen. So budgeting, you have to know where your money is coming from and going to. While you're getting started, utilize free budgeting apps like the Every Dollar to create a budget. Start by tracking your income and expenses and understand where your money is going. Create a detailed budget that outlines your monthly income and expenses, including fixed bills, rent, mortgage, utilities, insurance, and variable expenses like groceries, dining out, or entertainment. You'll want to identify your short-term and long-term financial goals, such as saving for an emergency fund, paying off debt, buying a house, or planning for retirement. Collect all the relevant financial information you'll need for budgeting, including your income sources, bills, and expenses. This may include pay stubs, bank statements, bills, or receipts. List all sources of income such as your salary, wages, rental income, or any other side gigs or freelance work that you do. Ensure you use your net income after taxes and deductions for accuracy. Record all of your expenses and categorize them into fixed expenses like your rent, mortgage, utilities, insurance, and variable expenses like we just mentioned was groceries, entertainment, and dining out. Distinguish between essential needs and discretionary wants and prioritize covering your needs first in your budget. And be as specific as possible to gain a clear picture of your spending habits. Assign a specific dollar or percentage of your income to each expense category. This will help you to control your spending and allocate your resources efficiently. I'll create a video on creating a budget to help anyone who might want a little bit more clarity and guidance. The second way you can save more money is in regards to housing costs. Whether you rent or own, there are ways to reduce your expenses. You could rent out a spare room or do an Airbnb thing, or get a roommate if you can find someone who is compatible and reliable. If you own a lot, you could offer storage or negotiate lower rent with your landlord when your lease is up. I know if I get a good tenant, I'm much more willing to negotiate because I want to keep them. You could also compare insurance rate and internet costs and reduce utility costs by practicing energy efficient habits like running the dishwasher during off-peak hours or doing things like sealing drafts, turning off lights when you're not in the room, and making tiny adjustments to your thermostat to save on heating and cooling. Also, regularly maintaining your home can actually help prevent costly repairs down the road, like repairing leaks right away. You could also investigate whether you qualify for any tax incentives related to housing costs, such as deductions for your mortgage interest or property taxes. Reducing housing costs can actually free up a significant portion of your budget for saving and paying off debt. Next, we have transportation expenses, which can be substantial. Evaluate your car-related expenses such as your car payment, insurance, and gas. You could explore cheaper options for insurance or consider carpooling to lower your gas expense. You could become a one-vehicle household or consider Uber or public transit. You get to decide what works for you and what your goals actually are. And if you have a car payment, as most people do, remember that you don't want to be like most people. You want to be different. You want to be like one of the top 5% that are actually millionaires, or even better still, one of the top 1% that have 11 million or more. You want to be different than most people, so you can actually live your dream. Consider downsizing your vehicle to a reliable vehicle that you can pay for with cash. The average car payment in America is $575. If you took that and invested it, earning a realistic 10% per year, you can have an extra $1.145 million in 30 years. So ask yourself, how much is that car really worth to you? And again, that's for you to decide what works for you and where your goals actually lie. Food expenses. Here's another way you can save some money. They can be a significant drain on your budget. You can consider reducing or eliminating dining out, or consider a more budget-friendly option, such as a $40 check at the end of the night instead of a $100 check. Other ways you can save on food is to create a meal plan and shopping list with specific ingredients, which can help reduce waste, or get your groceries delivered, which reduces the chances of impulse buys. Consider purchasing some items in bulk when they go on sale, or reduce your shopping trips. For example, if you go shopping once a week, try going every week and a half to 2 weeks and see what you can save that way. It forces you to use what you have or go without something for a couple of days, and will help you to reduce what you may actually throw away. Also, many stores offer digital coupons, price matching, and rewards cards that can offer significant savings over time. Other options are to buy generic brands, check the unit price on items, and limit convenience foods and beverages. Also, shopping seasonally is sometimes a good way to save a little bit extra. Every little bit adds up, so the more money in your pocket, the better. Okay, let's talk shopping. It's become a hobby for so many. The addiction to spend money on stuff we wear only for a few weeks and then bury in the closet, or the latest kitchen gadget that ends up taking up way too much room in my cupboard space, or the new tool at Home Depot that they just put on sale. Shopping expenses can add up quickly. Audit your wardrobe and stuff accumulation and assess how much you genuinely use each item. Think about that the next time you're tempted to go shopping, and remember, the money that you put towards your shopping hobby is robbing you of a real future. If you save that $125 you spent every week at your favorite store, it could become $1.06 million in 30 years. That new outfit is way more expensive than you probably thought. Another way that is very powerful to save is cutting back. By tracking your spending for 30 to 60 days, you'll discover even small areas like reoccurring expenses that can add up over time. You can review your budget and identify areas where you can cut back by considering eliminating non-essential expenses or finding cheaper alternatives. Non-essential expenses are the ones that you have control over. For example, we just chatted about our weekly shopping trip, but it could also include things like paying someone else to cut your grass or spending money on entertainment and subscription services. Prioritize covering your needs, housing, utilities, groceries, transportation, and insurance before allocating money to your wants. And part of your needs is to pay yourself first, which actually leads us to the next point, which means instead of spending first and saving what's left, prioritizing savings over non-essential items. Basically, you're treating your savings like a monthly bill. One of the first things you prioritize when paying yourself first is building an emergency fund. Aim to save at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses set aside to cover emergencies, such as unexpected medical bills or car repairs. Your goal would be to cash flow these things, but if you can't, you can take it out of the emergency fund and then replenish the emergency fund before you continue your other savings like investments. After I have my emergency fund set aside, I then focus on saving for retirement and take advantage of employer-sponsored retirement plans, especially if the employer offers a matching contribution. In addition to the emergency funds and retirement savings, I then focus on saving for other long-term goals, such as buying another rental or setting money aside for my kids' college or anything else I might have on my mind. Up next, taxes. Legally reducing my taxes is a great strategy that can help me keep more of my hard-earned money. I do my best to understand my tax situation, including my income, deductions, credits, and my tax bracket. Different types of income and expenses actually are subject to different tax rates and are treated differently. So I'm very purposeful about having my accountant pursue tax credits. He helps me to familiarize myself with available credits such as the child tax credit and deductions for mortgage interest, medical expenses. I use a professional accountant to reduce my overall tax liability legally, and it's why major corporations hire tax advisors, because they're worth their weight in gold. You want an accountant who is willing to teach you as well, because ultimately you are responsible for your own money. I want to learn so I can make decisions myself, and I believe you do too, which is why you're watching this video. So get a good accountant. You won't regret it. Another crucial way to save money is getting out of debt. High interest credit cards can erode your finances fast and prevent you from ever building wealth. Credit card companies use compound interest against you, and it's a very vicious cycle. It can be one of the most powerful wealth building tools when working for you, but it can suck the life right out of you when it's being used against you. The tips in this video can be used as a launch pad to create the margin you need to get out of debt, and you can choose to either use the debt snowball, paying the smallest balance first, or the debt avalanche, paying off the highest interest first, whichever is better for your brain and motivates you to do it faster. I'll create a video on some strategies on how to get out of debt, so keep an eye out for that as well. This is so important because it frees up all that interest so it can start making money for you instead of for the lenders. Hey, if you want to learn more about this stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button for regular videos on how you can protect your money and build lasting wealth. And another powerful way to save money is to begin a side hustle. Taking on a part-time job or starting something on your own can help immensely because it gives you the opportunity to earn extra income that is above your current needs without increasing your overall expenses. This creates extra margin without even ever making any of the changes we've chatted about in this video. Think about how fast you can accumulate savings by combining these methods. Another benefit of a side hustle is it diversifies your income streams, making you less vulnerable to setbacks if you ever lost your primary income source, and allows you to explore a new skill. It can offer financial benefits, personal growth, and allow you to have some fun exploring some new opportunities outside of your main job. And here it is, the bonus. You're working so hard to save money and reach your goal, but don't forget to optimize your savings. Place your emergency funds in a high yield savings account, money market account, or CD or GIC to earn interest. If you use an advisor to manage your investments, pay attention to their commissions because every percent matters when we're talking compound interest. And be careful about putting yourself in a situation that allows the advisor to do trades on your behalf without your permission when they earn commissions per trade. And I'm not saying don't use an advisor. Some advisors are awesome, but others may be a little less than stellar. And again, what I look for when choosing a good advisor is someone who's interested in educating me so I can make decisions about my money instead of them tooting their own horns and talking way above my head, flaunting their knowledge. Also, make sure to use tax-sheltered investments that allow your money to grow without needing to pay tax on it when you withdraw the funds. This is your most powerful investment vehicle because let's say, for example, you contribute $50,000 and pay a tax rate of 35%, totaling $17,500. But you let that grow over the next 30 years to $872,000 and then withdraw it without tax. That initial $17,500 in tax is actually only 2% overall. Not to mention that a 35% tax rate on $872,000 is $305,000. Or more realistically, you would be charged 50% tax on that sum of money, totaling $436,000. So use tax-sheltered investments. It's definitely the way to go. And that's all it takes. Just one small step at a time, being intentional, making some minor tweaks or major moves, they all add up to more money in your pocket. And the more progress you make, the more confidence you'll develop and the more momentum you'll have in achieving your goals. The key is to decide what motivates you. Is it getting out of debt, buying a vacation home, retiring early, or retiring at all? Or is it providing a better future for your munchkins? For me, initially, it was that I didn't want to be poor anymore. And now I'm even more motivated to give the whole world to my two most precious little munchkins. Please share in the comments below what motivates you. So go ahead, set yourself a goal, decide what motivates you, create a plan, and develop the grit you need to win and follow through. You can have peace of mind and the sleep well at night factor that comes with having money in the bank. Eventually, you'll look up one day and realize that you are now part of that top 5%. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe for more personal finance and investment videos. Until next time, thanks for tuning in.